Should talk to me about the patient side of the equation. That obviously our first tranche is to make margin, significant margin, off the doctor.
Right.
Can we talk a bit about that?
Yes. What I think is great about the business model that you have is that you're going to have physicians for sure because you're going after them. And by focusing on the physicians first, you're going to verify, one, that you can actually bring in money so you can have revenue, you can have associated margins. But during that process, you're going to require patients to sign up, and that means that you have this whole other pool of potential users that you could, in theory, at some point, sell something to. So
monetize, sure.
Unlike a regular EMR firm, which only has a direct relationship with the physician, and that's the way that their value is generated. That's the way that their valuations are calculated, and the total amount of revenue that they could generate is associated directly with physicians. In your case, you could actually focus your complete effort in the first 18, 24, 36 months around physicians, but know that you're building tools at some point to open up, for example, patient education. Like, for example, the American Diabetes Association, ADA, would be happy to pay you to be able to promote ADA materials to all MICA patients who happen to be diabetic. What other firms know that? No, not very. Aside from the payers, who are not about to go into that business,
right?
Only you guys and firms who are doing direct patient connections type of work know these things, right? So when you offer this up, you're going to be able to go to your Novartises of the world and others and say, I can offer you patient recruitment functions. I can offer you patient education functions. I can offer you things that only companies that have a direct relationship with a patient can do. And so that's why I see, when you're looking at valuations at acquisition time, etc., it's almost like telling whoever's going to acquire you is to say, look, we've done the hard work to get the initial physician tranches. We've gotten, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 2 million patients, however many you can get during that time. And when the valuation discussions come up, you can say, you can only value us on what we have charged for and where our valuations sit associated with the revenue that we've now generated. Don't forget, though, there are 2 million members,
like Facebook,
and others that haven't yet figured out how to monetize it, and we haven't either. But that's okay, because you, Mr. Acquirer, are much bigger than us. You're much smarter than us. You can pick us up, buy us, and be able to monetize those patients in a way that maybe we can't do today.
Right.
So by setting that as a story, you don't even have to actually do that. You just have to make sure that your technology, 2 things have to be done. Number 1 is your contract. Your contract has to be written in such a way that allows you direct access to those patients without getting into any business associate or covered entity problems with HIPAA. And number 2, you got to have technology that actually it does allow those patients to connect directly with you without necessarily having to have the patient in the middle. Now, the technology is not that hard to do, but the contract and setting the infrastructure up to make that happen needs to be done early, not necessarily today, but as you're working on meaningful use and other items, you need to make sure that those kind of things are getting picked up and those requirements get embedded into the roadmaps and other areas, so that when you're ready to sell, you can have those in and those relationships can be calculated with statistics.